Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today we're catching up with Chantal and her ever evolving life and situation. Today's video is the shocking health updates. Now, of course, there is a lot of things right now that are going on directly near her. So she had put a post up today that says, "Hi guys, my health update vlog was recorded a couple of days ago. I know there are some serious events unfolding in Syria right now, within just mere kilometers from us. I will come live in a few hours to talk about our situation. We are staying in the home to keep safe for now." Now, I would not normally comment on her stuff for the engagement and all of that. Just don't really want to put a beacon on myself for her. But today I couldn't resist, and it's already been deleted. But of course, I did screenshot it when I went ahead and did it. So I just put, "Don't worry, everyone. When she got to Syria, she was well informed of the current state of affairs there, and she said herself she didn't feel unsafe at all. She purposely left the safety of Canada for this. Remember." So again, I am not wishing anything bad on her. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And my heart and well wishes go out to everybody affected by what's going on in Syria. But do I feel sorry for her? Not one little bit. So just thought I'd do that little recap. She is live right now. Looks like mostly looking for sympathy, as she has a uh, quite the thumbnail of "things are getting worse." I'm sure they are, and everybody warned you, but here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead though and just we're gonna review her shocking health updates, and obviously we can do a video later on about what she's going through currently. So thank you all so much for being here, and let's check it out, shall we?
Guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well, keeping cool in this summer heat. I hope the fan noise isn't too much for you. If I squint a lot, it's because the fan is like blowing on me, but that is very necessary. So anyways, today's video, I'm just going to talk a bit about my health and give you a few updates. Uh, so yeah, I'm going to start with um, my weight. Now, I don't have a scale here yet, but my husband Salah did say that he was going to pick one up at some point for me. So that will be coming. I'd like to keep track. But even without a scale, I've noticed that just, I guess, the stress on my body recently with traveling and just adjusting to a new lifestyle that's not the same at all, really.
I will say I do like her makeup here. It's pretty much the same as what she always does, but her skin looks better. She does look like she's slimmed down a little bit in the face, but how much of that is filters, it's hard to say.
From what I'm used to a more sedentary lifestyle and I'm used to eating a lot more. So just based on those factors alone, and oh yeah, and perspiring quite a bit every day. I don't know if that makes a huge difference, but it probably makes somewhat, at least for some water weight. So um, I will show you just, I guess, how this shirt, I always use this shirt that I got in Thailand, kind of as like an indication of if I've lost a bit of weight or not. And just by the way this is fitting, to the point where I can actually wear it out, because the buttons are not bursting at the seams, then I know that I've probably lost a couple of inches or so,
Non-scale
a little bit of
victory.
weight. So
No longer gonna maim someone as she sits down or walks around from her buttons flying off.
just being less bloated, this shirt is fitting a lot better. And for that reason, I would say that I did lose a little bit. I still have a long way to go. And I just want to also emphasize very greatly that I did not come to Syria just to lose weight. But if I do happen to adapt a healthier lifestyle and do lose weight, that is amazing. And um, yeah, more modestly and just move more and enjoy this country, I'll be able to maneuver it better as well. So that will be good. That'll be a lot of better content for you guys.
You also won't be such a spectacle when you go out everywhere and you see this huge woman who clearly doesn't belong there and everybody else is struggling to survive while you're showcasing your obesity.
Too. So it's a win-win all around, right? So so for that reason, I would say that I probably have lost a little bit, maybe a very little bit. But yeah, you know, I have not been, there's some parts of my health issues that I can't really talk about because sorry, the fan.
Like your
um
brain pills?
I feel like it might be censored by YouTube. And in regards to, so if you know what I'm talking about, it's food related issue. I haven't been succumbing to that part of things. So I haven't been, you know, uh
It rhymes with
overeating pretty
hinges.
much at all. I've just been eating very modestly. The majority of my diet is, how do I say, like real food, like more natural. Though I do still eat.
You're not eating fast food meals for every meal? Yeah, we get it. It's actually made from whole ingredients. Not saying what she's eating is healthy. I don't know, but obviously, like fried chicken probably isn't what she needs to be eating. But at least it's not overly processed like she's used to.
Some junk. Like sometimes I'll have a package of Indomie. But the difference is when I have Indomie now, I just have the Indomie noodles one pack with what, like a broth, instead of having three packs that I would have, in Canada or Kuwait, with cream and butter and cheese on it. So just little things like that, I guess, really end up making a bigger difference. So um I drink mostly water. I do allow myself like a really cold treat drink a day, like a slush. They're very popular here. Or like a cola or something like that. So that's what I do. I just, take it day by day and just kind of.
You're not going to address your medicines that you are or not taking. She basically tried to say that she was just going to pop one of her Lexapro as she needed it, which is not at all how those work. But then she tried to say that Sala was able to find a pharmacy that had them, even though she said they didn't believe them. Even though she had said previously that that country did not believe in those types of treatments. And then also, they probably had some of her diabetic medicines, even though she has a large quantity of those with her. Now, if you believe that any of that is true, I have some bad news for you. But she's not going to address that at all. I guess we'll see.
Try to really just listen to my body. Like, if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to stuff my face, obviously. And that's like, sometimes I'll admit that it is hard. Sometimes there have been like maybe once or twice only since I've been here that I've had time where we're not really doing much and I'm just like watching a movie or something and I really kind of get that habitual urge or that
She has something on the tip of her nose, and I can't stop looking at it, and it's really annoying me. Like, what is this? A booger? A piece of lint? Like, do you not feel that on your face? You not see it in your camera? Cool.
urge sometimes when I want to eat more, but I just like, no, I can't. I just psychologically to deal with it. It is hard still, but it's less hard here because a lot of my comfort foods and stuff like that, they're not available and they're not easily available, and there's just not really drive-throughs and things like that you can just go to. And you know they still have some junk, but it's just not.
You know, you probably could have stayed in Canada and just had your mother lock you in a basement for a few months. Would have been safer than what you're doing now, but oh, just Chantal trying to find the silver lining in her situation while bombs drop around her.
Not the same as when I was living in Canada or Kuwait. Kuwait has a lot of Western, fast food places and stuff like that. And so, I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm out of my element and I'm forced to just do more activity. Life is just generally different here and it's harder in a lot of ways. And so, if you really
Imagine putting yourself in real danger and purposely making your own life harder for a man that fake loves you.
want to uh I guess entertain yourself, with limited electricity and limited internet and stuff like that, the best thing to do is go out and enjoy life. Go to a park with people and go visit people and just go for walks and stuff like that. So, we've been doing a lot of that, and that's been, I guess, beneficial to my health in a lot of ways. So, that's the part of the weight update. Now my diabetes. So, I took my blood reading today, and actually that inspired this whole wanting to do this update for you guys because it's so much easier to do these updates when it's going to be a positive one than whenever it's like a negative. But my blood sugar reading, I was so surprised. Like my glucometer has different lights for showing you.
Okay, so she's saying blood sugar fasting used to be on average between 11 and 14, and this is a reading at 8.8. It's almost as if her diabetes was completely preventable and also manageable if she had done the proper diet and exercise. Nope, took her going to Syria.
If it's a good or a bad reading. Now, this is for a diabetic, okay? A normal, healthy, younger person, of course, their blood sugar will be like 5 mmol when fasting, or after eating, it might go up to 6 or something like that. Not much. So, even more, I'm not sure. I don't remember the parameters, what they are for after eating, but it's easy to look.
All right, so normal parameters for I'm going to assume these are a normal means non-diabetic. Elevated probably means like pre-diabetes, and then high is probably like a diabetic. So for a non-diabetic person, a fasting would be 4.4 to 5.5. And she's at an 8.8, which is still in the high range, but obviously much lower than what she's claiming it was 11 to 14 at a fasting, which is crazy.
Up. So my blood sugar today was a green light. So, I was so happy. Admittedly, I've been neglectful with the diabetes thing in a lot of ways, as in, when I ran out of
You
insulin,
don't
I didn't go back
say.
to see the doctor in Kuwait. I just had a lot going on and I just never did it. And, I just stuck to the metformin I was taking twice a day. Now I sometimes take it twice a day. I usually only take it actually once a day, which is 1,000 milligrams. And that seems to be working. Like, it's not, I think the lifestyle changes affect it as well. Of course, if you go from eating, my diet was so bad at times in Kuwait, most of the time, and in Canada. But, you know,
Again, did she really have to go to Syria for this clarity, it's unbelievable. No shit. You were doing the absolute most to make your diabetes worse. You ate like shit. You overate every single meal and you never did anything. You never moved your body. And I truly don't believe she was even taking her medicine the way she was supposed to. The fact that she hasn't had a medical emergency with her numbers that bad is miraculous.
Most recently in Kuwait, I would, order, we would have dinner, sometimes breakfast, dinner, and then another dinner. I guess breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know. It was all, I didn't have like a structured eating pattern, as you guys know. But you saw from my mukbang videos, my eating videos, like I would eat a lot of junk and processed food. And I would eat a lot of it. I really am convinced the quantity of it that you eat is just makes such a difference for weight. Um,
And you've been doing that for a
so I would
decade
eat
or
tons
more.
of fast food, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. And then I would have snacks like just chips, cheese, Indomie. Like the amount that I would eat actually, like it's just when you really like think about it, yeah, it does make you sick just thinking about it. And I had a lot of issues. So a lot of issues with food and just a lot of dark times with food. And so of course the metformin wasn't enough, right? It just wasn't enough holding the blood. I mean, I just had too much um blood sugar to for it to, I had to be on insulin. Like I had to. And I find that now.
I had to. I had to because clearly changing your lifestyle wasn't an option. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. Changing your eating habits, changing your lifestyle, it's hard. And it's very obvious that she has a lot of issues related to those things, but she was doing nothing about it, just like Amber Lynn. So it's really hard to feel sorry for someone when they are doing nothing to help themselves and, in fact, exacerbating the problem.
That I'm eating maybe like even less than 1/3 of what I was eating and moving more. I find that that makes a difference because, moving really does affect your blood sugar and in a positive way. So, yeah,
No
so that's my
kidding.
blood sugar reading today. That was my fasting blood sugar, which is still, I know, kind of high. But for me and my like diabetes standards, that's really low. That's
Well, and especially you've only been in Syria, what, 2 weeks, if that? So imagine had you been doing these things, eating less, eating better foods, and moving more. Imagine had you been doing that for longer. You probably never would have gotten the beatus to begin with.
3.3 points away from being optimal, super normal. And that's without insulin. So, you know, um, and I hadn't taken my medication yet today. So whenever I do have my main meal, I will have my metformin. And yeah, that's the update for my diabetes. I am no longer taking the insulin. Um,
Not like you have a choice.
if in the future I'll keep track of my blood, and if I see there's an issue with the blood sugars again and they're going up again, um, I will seek out medical care for that, and possibly have to go back on something. But yeah, I think that's about it for the diabetes update. Um, one other thing I want to talk about is mental health. Mental health, from what I read on the internet when I kind of Googled, are antidepressants available in Syria? And the general answer that came up was they're very hard to come by because mental illness is seen as taboo. And
So glad you had to run your ass over there when you obviously have a plethora of issues and they're considered taboo. So seems like the place you need to be.
That actually is true and not true. Um we actually did find a pharmacy that has my brain pills. um so the exact brand and everything. So I was just so happy that we found a pharmacy that has them, and um they were a fraction of the price of what they were. And first of all, they were most expensive in Canada. For name brand antidepressant, it was like I think $95. In Kuwait, for the same name brand antidepressant, it was I think it was like 7 kd or 8 kd. I don't remember what that is. Times that by 4. It was about $30 or so. And then here it's 2 kd. So that's like $8, something like that. It's really affordable. So that's a plus as well.
Probably because no one is buying them. Because as you've said, it's kind of looked down upon in that country. So I'm sure there isn't like a line out the door for people volunteering to buy those things.
So um some things are more pricier here, but a lot of the things are very affordable in ways that are surprising, you know? So um so that's that. You know, I tried coming off of them again, and you know, a lot of people, I know I shouldn't just never do that. Never just come off of antidepressants without medical supervision.
You know, and yet you tried to do it anyway. And the only reason that you're saying this now is because of all the backlash that you got from everyone. Everyone warning you to not do that and how unsafe it was. And definitely sounds like the time to go off an SSRI that you obviously need when you're entering this extremely stressful new dynamic. Once again, the life choices of Chantal.
And without tapering off, you know, but um I thought I was in a place where I wouldn't have access, and it might not be possible to always, you know, to travel to a place nearby where they have some. Who knows what the circumstances. What if it happens somewhere sometime where you don't have access to them? So I was trying to prepare for that, and I thought, you know what? I'm happy. You know, I'm happy right now. Maybe I can do it. But that has nothing to do with being happy or not. It's you know, it's actual a function in your brain that it regulates. So um that was rough. I made it a week, and then by the 8th day I was feeling manic. Yeah. So I just
Imagine
went
that.
back on them, and yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, and I guess that's about it.
I know that's definitely what Sala wanted to put up with. Not only did he try to beg her not to come there because he's going to be she's a complete albatross to his life, but yeah, definitely off her meds. That's what he
I
wants.
know some people are skeptical, like it doesn't work that fast. Actually, I don't know if it's placebo effect, but it does for me. Now, when you first initially start an antidepressant, it can take weeks to fully, you know, work in your brain and fix things. But once you're on them for that long, I think it probably doesn't take as long. That could be why. So,
Wow, it's almost as if they're stealing your system. Oh. Listening to her and Amber explain these things is just, you just want to,
yeah, anyway, those are my health updates. I don't know. I feel just yeah, feeling okay, you know. I just thought I would let you know how I'm doing, and with regards to that in more detail. So I really appreciate you guys for listening. And in the future, when I have more health updates, I'll let you know. And long row ahead, especially with weight. Long road ahead, but inshallah, bit by bit, we'll get there. So, anyways, guys,
That's how you gotta do it, because there's no one coming to save you. No magic pill, even though that's what you and Amber are hoping for. So yeah, bit by bit, that's how you gotta do it. So she not gonna give us the body shot that was in the thumbnail? Cool. Yeah, and this is her currently. Like, just look at this face.
Feel sorry for me. Send me super chats.
So here's our little side by side, and I mean, I can see the difference. She obviously looks much wider on the left, but as far as like looseness of the shirt and stuff, I mean, it doesn't look like this one's any baggy unless she's got it bunched up behind her. So this really could be sort of more of an optical illusion type thing. But like I said, I feel like it is a little apparent that she has lost some weight. We're not talking anything super significant, but maybe, 20 pounds, 25 pounds. But she's always been one where from the front, she looks much smaller than if she were to turn to the side. So show us a side profile, then I'll make a more educated decision. Well, anyway, we are all caught up with Chantal. I will have to check out her live that she's in the process of doing now, where she's saying things are getting worse. But in the meantime, I thank you so much for your support of my teeny tiny channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.